Today our topic is how to avoid regret in life. Regret is a feeling we all know too well. It's that heavy weight in your chest when you think about the things you didn't do, the chances you didn't take, or the words you didn't say. But what if I told you that regret doesn't have to be a permanent part of your life? What if you could live in a way that minimizes those feelings of what if and if only? The key lies in how you approach your decisions, your mindset, and your actions. Let's talk about how you can live a life with fewer regrets. First, let's understand why regret happens. Regret often comes from two main sources: the things we did that we wish we hadn't, and the things we didn't do that we wish we had. Sometimes we make choices that hurt ourselves or others, and later we feel bad about those choices. Other times, we avoid taking risks or pursuing our dreams because we're afraid, and later we wonder what could have been. Both types of regret can weigh heavily on us, but the good news is that we can learn to make better choices and live more intentionally. One of the best ways to avoid regret is to live with purpose. This means knowing what matters most to you and making decisions based on those values. Ask yourself, what do I care about? What kind of person do I want to be? What kind of life do I want to look back on? When you have a clear sense of your values, it becomes easier to make choices that align with them. For example, if you value honesty, you'll be less likely to lie and later regret it. If you value growth, you'll be more likely to take risks and try new things, even if they're scary. Living with purpose doesn't mean you'll never make mistakes, but it does mean you'll make choices you can feel good about, even if they don't always work out. Another important way to avoid regret is to embrace imperfection. Many of us are afraid of making mistakes or failing, so we avoid taking action. We wait for the perfect moment, the perfect plan, or the perfect version of ourselves. But here is the truth: perfection doesn't exist. Life is messy, and we're all going to make mistakes. The key is to accept that imperfection is part of being human. When you let go of the need to be perfect, you free yourself to take action and learn from your experiences. Even if things don't go as planned, you'll know you tried, and that's something to be proud of. As the saying goes, you miss 100% of the shots you don't take. Stoicism, an ancient philosophy, offers great wisdom on how to avoid regret. Stoics believe that we should focus on what we can control and let go of what we can't. This is a powerful mindset because it helps us avoid wasting energy on things outside our control, like other people's opinions or unexpected events. Instead, we can focus on our own actions, attitudes, and choices. For example, if you're worried about failing at something, a Stoic would remind you that you can't control the outcome, but you can control how hard you try and how you respond to the results. By focusing on what's within your control, you can live more intentionally and reduce feelings of regret. Another Stoic idea that can help is the concept of memento mori, which means remember that you will die. This might sound dark, but it's actually a powerful reminder to live fully and appreciate the time you have. When you remember that life is short, you're more likely to prioritize what truly matters and take action instead of putting things off. For example, if you've been meaning to tell someone you love them or pursue a dream, remembering that time is limited can motivate you to stop waiting and start doing. This mindset helps you live with urgency and purpose, which can lead to fewer regrets. It's also important to practice self-compassion. Many of us are our own harshest critics, and we beat ourselves up over past mistakes. But this only makes regret worse. Instead, try to treat yourself with the same kindness and understanding you'd offer a friend. Remind yourself that everyone makes mistakes and that failure is a natural part of growth. When you make a mistake, ask yourself, what can I learn from this? How can I do better next time? By focusing on growth rather than blame, you can turn regret into a tool for improvement rather than a source of pain. Another way to avoid regret is to take care of your relationships. Many people regret not spending enough time with loved ones or not expressing their feelings. Life gets busy, and it's easy to take people for granted, but relationships are one of the most important parts of life. Make an effort to show appreciation, say I love you, and spend quality time with the people who matter to you. If there's someone you've lost touch with or had a falling out with, consider reaching out and mending the relationship. Even if it doesn't work out, you will know you tried, and that can bring peace of mind. Taking risks is another important part of avoiding regret. Many people regret not taking chances, whether it's pursuing a dream, starting a business, or traveling to a new place. Fear often holds us back, fear of failure, fear of judgment, or fear of the unknown. But remember, growth happens outside your comfort zone. Taking risks doesn't mean being reckless. It means being brave enough to try, even when you're not sure of the outcome. Even if things don't work out, you will have the satisfaction of knowing you gave it your best shot. It's also helpful to practice gratitude. When we focus on what we're grateful for, we're less likely to dwell on what we lack or what went wrong. Gratitude shifts our perspective and helps us appreciate the good in our lives, even when things aren't perfect. Each day, take a moment to reflect on what you're thankful for, whether it's your health, your loved ones, or even small moments of joy. This habit can help you feel more content and less likely to regret the things you don't have. Finally, remember that life is a journey, not a destination. No one goes through life without making mistakes or facing challenges. What matters is how you respond to those experiences. Instead of dwelling on the past, focus on what you can do now to create a better future. Learn from your mistakes, forgive yourself, and keep moving forward. As long as you're growing and trying your best, you're living a life worth living. In conclusion, avoiding regret is about living with intention, embracing imperfection, and focusing on what truly matters. It's about taking risks, nurturing relationships, and practicing gratitude. It's about learning from the past, but not letting it define you. Remember, you can't change what's already happened, but you can choose how you live today. So take a deep breath, let go of fear, and start living a life you can look back on with pride. The best way to avoid regret is to live fully, love deeply, and never stop trying. You have the power to create a life with fewer regrets. Start today.